also known as Naim Shikam. I just felt led to let you guys know that I'm in the process of officially changing my name. My first name will still be Jude, as it's already Hebrew, and um, I'll be officially changing my name to Naim Shikam Yasral. Yasral is a dialect of supposedly Hebrew, and it means Israel. So anyway, just felt the need to let you guys know that much. Y'all can see me getting ready, getting the stage together. I'm taking a big whiff, and I'm asking that the Holy Spirit and the ministering angels, my oversoul, and all come in to help bring forth an accurate rising reading. I haven't been doing them consistently like I really would love to, because I just have other things to do that always wind up taking up my time. In the morning, I am in a committed union and marriage, and so the household stuff and what my husband wants me to do does come first. If it were up to me, I'd get up, do a rising reading, get that done, and move on to other things. But that's not how I can do it right now. So yeah, so that's that with that. I just burnt myself. All right, I'm gonna light my communication candle. I gotta get my notes out that I took a little bit earlier this rising when I was pulling the cards. I did pull the cards earlier before I left this rising. All right, we've already invited the spirit in. We're grateful that the messages that need to come forth will. I'm going to pull out the books that I need. I'm going to press pause real quick because I wanted to do this before. Okay, you guys, I am back. I'm going to hop right into the reading. And what I first was led, well, I picked all the cards, and then after I picked all the cards, I was led to put certain crystals on top of them, and I did, and I left. I didn't remember what all these crystals meant. Only a couple that I know literally by heart. Um, so I found the meaning with this batch of cards right here. This I do believe that all four of these cards go together because when I was picking them out of the deck, I was standing up over my altar, and these two cards, when they were coming out, they fell out over here in this area. They fell out over here over this area. I did put this together with this energy over here because I felt like it's a relationship, and I do feel the first card deals with a relationship, but it doesn't have to. Even though, like I said, I feel that it deals with the relationship more than anything. However, yeah, I'm just gonna leave it at that. So I placed them together with this set of two cards, so they're all together. The crystal that I was led to place on top of this is the red jasper, and it says that red jasper deals with emotional healing energy. Red jasper is a stone of empowerment, bringing strength to resist emotional domination by others and the courage to overcome domestic violence. It also sustains those in the process of healing and recovering from violent sexual experiences. So, needless to say, um, it seems like the energy that's surrounding this is definitely emotional, and the root cause of these things could have something to do with those who have experienced sexual abuse. That could be molestation, rape. Okay. Um, the first card that came out was so let me move the crystal now that I've read what it means. The first card that initially came out was the Eight of Cups, and I've been getting this a lot lately with the readings that I've been doing. Eight of Cups usually for others, for traditionally means walking away from somebody or a relationship, um, friends, family, union, in search of something better. Okay. Now, to me, this doesn't always mean that someone physically leaves an actual relationship. I have also gotten the understanding that this can be just a person going off to be by themselves, and that can happen within oneself. This deals with emotions and our feelings. So, someone could be either considering that there's got to be something better than the way that they've been feeling, and so they could be going inside. They don't have to literally be leaving or departing from anywhere. With the moon being there, I feel this is heavily influenced by intuition, and also maternal issues as well could be going on. Okay. Also, it could be talking about changes and cycles. There could be patterns of behavior that we always, um, patterns of behavior and or patterns of feelings or emotions that we always experience. Also, to me, with the moon being here, and I feel because it's the eight, there could be some renewal, some changes that the person or persons that this applies to, they know that they need to start making. Okay. Um, with the red jasper, me being led to do that, I feel that a lot of us could have like these cycles that we and these repetitive behaviors in the types of relationships that we choose that are union based. Um, be it a male or a female, that stems from some form of abuse that we experience, whether it was sexual abuse or if somebody just grew up and they watched someone that they love get beat or whatever the case may be, that cycle has continued in our lives. And I think that that's something that we're wanting to walk away from, or we want to at least break that cycle. So that could be something that a lot of us are thinking about at this time. We want to break the pattern of that toxic behavior with, in love specifically, because our relationships of all sorts are affected. Family, friends, relationships, as far as marriages or unions, they're affected by it. Okay. The card that I asked to give clarity, I was like, well, the card that we got when I was asking to for the Most High to give clarity was the Nine of Spades in the Illumin Tarot deck, which equivocates to the Nine of Swords. Okay, and in the Illumin Tarot, this card describes thoughts that keep a person. Oh wow, I anyway. Let me not go crazy. The thoughts that keep a person awake or a struggle to make sense of events. So I feel like with this energy, let me put this on up now that I'm finished with that to make room on the table. With this energy, I feel like somebody's been thinking heavily about maybe the cycles and the reasons they have felt the way that they have felt um throughout life. And I think that they have maybe tapping into the realization that a lot of things that they think or a lot of feelings, I just heard the word anxiety. A lot of anxiety and everything that they experience, they could be realizing that it stems from some form of abuse. They could be analyzing that the reason that they feel the way that they feel about men or women could stem from the abuse that they experienced or the abuse that they could have watched someone else experience, but it has shaped their own thoughts. It has shaped what they want in their relationships, right? So they could be analyzing that. They could be experiencing a lot of sleepless nights. But I feel like this is something that's being intuitively done. I feel that it's being like this is spiritually what needs to be happening. Evaluating where fears of relationships, fears of feelings, anxiousness about certain things, where it comes from, where it stems from. And I think that a lot of people are going to find that because of some form of abuse, be it sexual or domestic violence, be it the person experiencing it themselves, or if they experienced it indirectly because of their mother or their father or someone who was in a guardianship role over them or what have you, experienced it, it has still affected them. Okay. With this also being my first card that came out and everything, that still deals with that always deals with what's happening inside. So it's very fitting that this is the feelings and the emotions card. Okay. And it's a mental card as well. So our emotions, they've been fueling our thoughts. I feel like some people are trying to figure out their emotions. They're trying to figure out, why is it that I think this way? And you might find in your introspection that it stems from abuse. Okay, I thought it was so cool that I was holding the bookmark for the understanding of that card with Kuan Yin. Oh no, her name is not Kuan Yin. I'm sorry, Zhu Jing. I could have butchered that, but it's the mystic of peace, and it says, "I am peace. When my mind is clear, then the way is clear." That is what helped to clarify this card, which is definitely, Swords always deals with clarity, mental energy, our thoughts, and everything like that. Okay, so for this card to be what was chosen for me to use as a bookmark for this understanding, I think it's amazing. And again, I also feel like us getting mental clarity will bring us peace about whatever situation we're already thinking about. Whatever situation we're already trying to figure out whether or not I should walk away or if I should stay, or if it's just me and I need to get clarity within myself to bring balance here, or to get to that whatever better I feel that there is out there, right? To have peace and to have mental clarity can help us make the right choices. It says the way is clear. It can let us know what action we'll really need to take. So I think that that's really cool how that worked out together. Moving on. I am still going to read these other two cards separately, but I do need to put them together. So I'll go ahead and do that now with these cards. The love card that came out from the Romance Angels deck and flew out over here in this area, it was in between Visualize Success card, which is the second card, and this first card. So this says, pay attention to red flags, and it says the signs are cautioning you. So I feel like in the energy and the space of us being in this introspection and trying to figure out, why do we do this and why do we accept this type of behavior? Why do our feelings cause us to feel such and such? I feel that we have experienced red flags. I do think this is a relationship that this first set of cards is dealing with. So I do feel that we've seen red flags. We have felt some energy from somebody in the union, be it ourselves or the other person that we're dealing with. We've sensed this, and I feel like all of this could be getting ready to come back to assist us, not make us angry or harm us, but it's going to come back to assist us. Shit, some of us may need the clarity to recognize the red flags because we might not be recognizing them. We might be trying to talk them away, for trying to uphold truths or to uphold our end of the bargain and things of this nature, okay? Um, the encouraging words of Jesus card that came out. It was a couple, so I'm going to read those, by the way. But the one that came back out after all those others flew out and I put them back in was forgive. It says, forgiving you shall be forgiven. Now, this card actually flew out, and it flew out onto this deck over here with the relationship card with this Eight of Cups, the Nine of Spades, and all that. So I feel as though some forgiveness needs to take place in this first set of cards. Um, and I feel like this is something that the person needs to do. Yes, for the person who may have harmed them, who they may discover actually harmed them, sexually, or who they feel wronged them in some type of way with this abuse energy. I feel, or whoever is trying to emotionally abuse them or emotionally be oppressive to them or dominate them, I feel that they need to forgive this person and forgive themselves. So without further ado, I am done with that understanding. Okay, delete my photo so I can clear my stuff. So the next card that came out was Visualize Success, and this is from the Angel Therapy deck. It says visualize success. This is something that is in the second position. You're gonna have to leave a message. Let me cut this off so this does not interrupt me again. This is in the second card position. For me in these readings, this gives me, this is the card, this is what's affecting the internal. So some of us we're attempting to visualize success. Some of us may very well be visualizing success. The crystal that I was led to put on top of this particular card is the green calcite crystal, which this is not doing it no justice over here. It's such a beautiful crystal, you guys. Okay, it's the green calcite, and the green calcite, did I get that understanding? Here it is. The green calcite brings a renewed sense of purpose and life, and a desire to make the positive change in one's life. It encourages forgiveness of oneself and others and brings compassion and softness of heart. First of all, it's seeming like this card is still, like I said, it goes with this first set. This is the reason that some of us could be going inside and having this introspection, or that spirit is causing us to go inside, because we're having a hard time being successful, not because we can't visualize it, but maybe because we visualized it and there's something blocking us from it. Okay. Some of us know that we have this powerful purpose, and we realize that we haven't really been living in it or walking in it. And when we're trying to go and figure out, why is it that I can't reach my purpose? Why is it that I don't feel adequate? Why is it that I'm blocked? Why is it that I don't have the mental clarity? Why am I mentally fogged? And for a lot of us, it is due to the fact of the information that we found out from the first day, that some of us have experienced abuse at an age in our life that it has been so impactful that it's pretty much messed up our feelings, guys. It's like messed our feelings all the way up. Okay, to the point to where we're trying to make sense of why we can't move forward in the way that we've seen ourselves. Like, some of us have actually seen the things that we can be doing, but we haven't done it yet, right? Some of us, this card it says, see yourself doing well in this situation and have faith in a positive outcome. So for some of us, this could be exactly what we're experiencing at this present moment. We could be wondering whether or not this relationship that we're in is right for us, is right for our purpose, right? And I feel that what Spirit is suggesting that we do is for us to visualize success. Like, let's just say you want to remain in this relationship, even though you're tossing and turning with the idea that maybe I should walk away, because maybe I've seen red flags that this whole union comes from the abuse that I've experienced before. If you are the person who has in fact been abused directly, right? Or you could be realizing that this is a cycle of negative behavior that I have found myself in due to me watching my mother go through this. And for some of you guys, it could be your father, but I say a maternal figure because the moon is here. And the moon deals with cycles and change, and it also deals with maternal issues. So you could have seen your mom go through this. And even if you never wanted to take it on, you have, right? So now you have to visualize success. This is what Spirit is telling us to do. And I feel like it's saying visualize success even in this relationship. And think positively about it, about what's happening here, and something positive will manifest itself. It will, and we have to believe that what's going to happen in the proper timing will. Whether that be, yes, physically walking away, or whether that means you walking away from these toxic patterns and these toxic feelings and this anxiety that you have really taken on because of either sexual abuse or actual physical abuse or domestic abuse that you experienced personally, or that you've seen your mom experience. Or it could be both, to be quite honest. You could have seen your mama go through it and then you go through it too. Okay? So I'm reading for either situation. So what I'm saying is, don't just up and try to walk away from a situation because, oh, you're realizing that, oh, I'm repeating habits. No, not saying that if your life is in danger, please by all means do what you must to save your life. However, if these are just internal thoughts, as I perceive they are, and you're realizing that, hey, I'm taking on this behavior because of this happening to me whenever it happened at an influential time, and it is the root of why a lot of your relationships have not been successful and why you are not moving forward in your purpose. What I am suggesting is that you visualize success and a positive outcome for whatever relationship this is dealing with. Again, this is not just a union or a romantic partnership. This could be family relationship, friendship, okay? Though I happen to believe it is strongly a love relationship between a man and a woman. Boom. Visualize success and a positive outcome. Okay. And it doesn't mean that what you visualize is going to happen. But what I do believe that does is, because you're putting positive energy out there, it allows the universe and the Most High God to work out the best possible outcome for everybody involved. Because the Most High is not only concerned with you and I, the Most High is concerned with the best judgment for everybody. Moving forward, moving forward. I did mention to you guys earlier that about 3 other cards came out of the Encouraging Words deck. So I'm going to read those off to, no, 2 other cards. So I'm going to read those to you, and you guys can check out those scriptures on your own time. Those scriptures were Mark 11 and 24 and Matthew 25 and 21. Okay. So that's that with that. Moving on to the next card. Also with visualizing success, I think the other crystal that you guys can look up for your own time is Labradorite. I'll give a little insight about it, but that's it. Labradorite can help increase our psychic abilities. That's all I'll give, but look it up. This was also on Visualize Success, and because you see it's a long card, it actually was across Visualize Success and the next card that we're bringing out. So the next card came from my Divine Feminine deck, and I was asking the Most High, I was like, Most High, what divine feminine energy can some of us embody today? What's that energy like? What can we embody? And this is the card that came out. It was Queen Esther. Such a beautiful understanding. And the crystal that I was led to put on top of here, like I said, it was the green labradorite touching the Queen Esther, as well as the Visualized Success, and it was also the rose quartz. The rose quartz. Such beautiful understanding. Rose quartz deals with compassion, universal love, and just love overall. I'm gonna go ahead and get that understanding real quick. Okay, you guys, I'm back. So basically, rose quartz deals with the heart chakra area. It deals with opening up the heart to all types of love, the love of yourself, love of family, love of friends, and even romantic love. Okay. Um, it also can, because of the color, it's so, first of all, it's different colors, but the one that I have, it's a beautiful pale pink, and it's a very soothing and calming color. And they also say that it aids in, soothing and calming. Okay. Uh-oh, I'm making a mess over here. No. So let's get the understanding of this card from the Divine Feminine deck, shall we? So it says, Queen Esther, the morning star. First of all, she don't look like this, but we're not going to dwell. It says, my ego is in service of my soul, and I trust my soul's divine timing. I think that's such a beautiful message, especially since Spirit has told me that before, that ego is not always bad, but it is bad when it is not in service to Spirit. It can F up some shit. So, let's read the understanding from here. Let's get it. Let's get it. It says, when your soul selects her card, the ego has a timetable that the soul couldn't care less about. When we are feeling stressed or threatened in some way, then fear can be exceptionally loud and can inform the ego to work overtime in trying to get something accomplished or even to manipulate something to happen. But the natural flow of energy that's always at work behind the scenes, the university, what am I saying? The universe's capacity to assist us then gets blocked. So what it's saying is the natural flow of energy that really is always at work gets blocked when we are when we're moving in fear in the ego. It says, but when we are in service of love, we are following the dictates of our soul. And when the ego is in service of the soul, then divine timing ensues. Esther mastered this art. Even under extreme duress, she listened wisely to her soul, and she became a queen by letting her love for her people inform her feminine intuitive powers. This is her imperative. Trust that everything is aligning in divine timing. Trust your soul voice. And then it says, what do I intuitive? This is our meditation, which is a question that we're supposed to ask ourselves and actually think on to get the answer. And it says, what do I intuitively know will happen in divine timing for me? So this is what I feel like this card is really trying to get us to pay attention to. First and foremost, let me put this away. There is something that's happening, and I do feel like it could be a relationship, but it doesn't have to be, guys. This could be in anything. It could be with a job that you want. It can be with manifesting something that it is, whatever that's important to you. But it does deal with passion. It does deal with love. So this could be a friendship, maybe. This could be a relationship. This could be a family relationship as well that you may want to amend, okay? Or that you may want to bring back together. And there could have been some bad blood or some things that happened, but you want to clear the airway, and maybe the other person isn't as open yet, and so you might feel the need to try to force something to happen, or your fear of running out of time or not getting the outcome of that situation or the relationship that you want could cause you to try to cause things to happen, force things to happen. And what we find is that we actually block things, we stop things from happening when we do that. Okay. um what this is suggesting, what I feel like Spirit is telling us, is that somehow and in some way, we already intuitively know what will be able to happen for us if we allow divine timing to happen. Now, this is the thing though. Divine timing is not in service to our ego, right? So some of us who may want something right now, or we may want something to happen in the next couple of months, if we are not sure, if we know that it won't be happening in that time frame, some of us could be tempted to manipulate, like the card said. We could be tempted to manipulate or to force some shit to happen. But in divine timing, we are aware of what can really happen for us. Let's just say that even if you believe that you're supposed to walk away from a relationship that is toxic, okay? What we don't have to do is force anything to happen. What we don't have to do is try to scramble to do this and to do that so we can get up out of here. No, divine timing tells us that when the time is right, the Most High is already at work on our behalf and the behalf of everyone who is involved in this relationship, that it's going to work out for our best and highest good. And from there, we can remain in the union, we can remain loving. We can continue to give our love, continue to give compassion, continue to be understanding. Even if it's caught, if it's what our ego would consider belittling us or lowering us, we can overcome and we can deal because our love is what's leading us. The desire to do good and righteous and be in truth is what's leading us. And at the appropriate time, we will be raised to where we're supposed to be. That's what I feel like this energy is encouraging us to do. Not to move in fear because and our ego, but to allow our ego to be subsided and to let love reign supreme, to allow love to lead us wherever we are at this time. Because the Most High knows and the universe knows, which I say they're the same, what's best for you and for everyone that is involved with the situation. And I hope that makes sense. I do believe that it does. I'm going to keep on moving. Basically, trust the Most High's time and trust that still small voice that's in you, that's causing you to still be here, that's causing you to still love somebody, whether it's a family, friend, spouse. It's causing you to love them through pain, through some heartbreak. Some of you guys with Queen Esther, with the account of Queen Esther, she had to fast and pray. Some of you guys could be fasting about this situation. Some of you may not be, and you might need to. That I believe I should probably too. I ain't say that with conviction because I didn't feel it, but not because I didn't feel it, but because I really felt it but didn't want to feel it. Hopefully somebody will catch that. Moving forward, the next card that came out of the Moonology deck says that the energy is gaining momentum. And this is the waxing moon. And the crystal that I was led to put on top of here was the moonstone. And I forgot to pull that. Let me get it. First of all, moonstone deals with intuition, but I feel like there could be some more information, so let me go get it. Okay, so the pink moonstone is specifically for aligning with self-direction and gentle and formidable strength. It could also align the feminine energies and reproductive organs. So I think that's really gorgeous. Anyhow, let's keep it pushing. Let's get the understanding from the book really quick. It says, during the waxing moon cycle, hope springs eternal. This card is a very positive oracle indicating that you can create the reality that you're dreaming of. Though it will take some work and you're not quite there yet, there is a time of energies rising up. Emotions are building too. So where do you want to go, and do you believe that you can get there? Either you can just keep meditating and focusing on your desired outcome, or you can make the courageous commitment to take more practical steps towards your goals. But whichever you decide, you are most certainly on the right track. So I feel like one of the understandings that this comes from, that wants to be said, is more effort is yet required. Are you willing to give it? Um, it says the situation is also very full of potential, and it says your dream can come true. It also suggests that we should review our goals and ensure that we're still committed. Keep moving forward. It says the waxing cycle is the period of the lunar cycle from the new moon to the full moon, and during this time, the moon appears to be slightly bigger and rounder every night. This is a very empowered and empowering time. And this is a very promising card. It suggests now is the time to make plans and to act on them, no matter when you actually pull this card. Okay, so I love that. Oh, and look at what card. Come on. I cannot make this up. I randomly pulled this to just bookmark the doggone thing. I love it. The Empress deals with fertility. For me in my notes, it says a life in bloom. I feel like to be in the Empress energy, it's like you're being led by your intuition to make some things that you've always wanted to happen come forth. This is the number three. You could have been seeing a lot of threes. 333. For me, that's about intuition. That's about being in tune, of course, with your spiritual self. Feminine energies also could be Aries, Leo, fire, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, fire sign energy. But I just feel like, oh wow, and how fitting is it for it to be this moonstone energy? Thank you, Most High. Prayers were answered here. That's all I can say. This, I feel like, this is still talking about manifesting, but it's not talking. What I feel like this one is about, it's about things that, yes, you've dreamt about, things that you want to do spiritually, things that even you've been hearing your spirit tell you, you need to do this and you need to do that, right? I think what it's suggesting that we do is not only dream about it, but our spirit is telling us that we need to start really making some real strides to achieving and creating this life that we've been dreaming of and that we've been thinking about. Period and point blank. I'm not going to dwell on that too long. This reading has already gotten very long. So the next crystals that we have here, I believe, are is this my rainforest jasper, or is this no, this is the green aventurine, which deals with It's a healing stone altogether, but it helps us to loosen and release negativity. Excuse me, can't talk today. Negativity and energy blockages, including disease. It also is said to increase intelligence, perception, and creativity. Look at that beauty. That's the green adventuring. I also was led to place the desert rose on top of this crystal oracle deck card as well, so I'm going to get that understanding. The desert rose is known to help overcome phobias and to help boost one's self-confidence, and it can also help us to get rid of old thought processes that we hold on to that are outdated and no longer serve our highest good. So let's get the crystal molybdenite and see what it's talking about. This is the last card aside from the zodiac signs that I was led to pull. I asked the Most High, what signs would this reading most possibly resonate with at this time? So here we go. Molybdenite, a message from the stars. It says your life is always held in perfect equilibrium by the divine, natural order that exists within all creation. Believing that you have somehow failed or made the wrong decision or choice is simply an illusion. There is nothing that you need to change or fix in your life, apart from your sometimes unbalanced perceptions. That's something that the green adventuring has something to do with. And the desert rose, really. hmm It says mainly your self criticism. Know that you are always worthy of love and you are eternally blessed. Start to accept all of who you are as you are, and you will see your life magically and lovingly transform. All is in perfect divine order. From a spiritual perspective, there are no mistakes in life, and every experience is a lesson in love and wisdom. And I just want to say it's a lesson in love and it brings wisdom. That's how I want to read that understanding. So a lot of us could be thinking that this situation we need to run away from or get away from because, oh, I made a mistake. Like going back to the beginning, because we realize that this could be attached to traditions of our mom or just of sexual abuse or domestic abuse of some sort or emotional abuse, we could be tempted to run away from this whole situation thinking, aha, that was the cause. So that must be bad. And therefore I need to run away. You don't have to, because you're here for a purpose. This is here to help shape you. It's helped to make you into the woman or the man that you are and that you're going to be or that you're already called to be. It's going to bring wisdom. But I do believe that we do need to shield ourselves. And I think that what we need to shield ourselves is from negative perceptions. It says protect yourself from harsh or fear-based energies by envisioning a cocoon of healing light surrounding you. Doesn't this also to me goes with the visualized success and a positive outcome of this particular situation. Okay? Even if the outcome does mean you leaving, all right? I think that while you're present, you need to embrace what's happening here and now and bloom where you're planted. Right now, this is where you're planted. Whether you think it was the wrong choice or not, this is where you're planted right now. And I think we're being called to grow here more into who it is that we know we're supposed to be. Um, that's that with that. That's the understanding. And this was just a bookmark again, you guys. As usual, it seems to be fitting. So there, I shared it. Now, that is the end of the reading at this time. Let me go ahead and talk about the energies, the signs that this could best resonate with. First card that was pulled was Scorpio. Second card was Aquarius. This could be anywhere in your chart, but I'm going to say mostly this could be sun signs, sun, Venus, rising, or Mercury energy. Scorpio, Aquarius, Taurus, Aries, and Sagittarius. Without further ado, I'm going to say shalom, peace, love, and light, guys. Bye.